Hello everybody. In this screencast we're going to look at dictionaries, which in other languages like Java, these are maps or hash maps, right? So the dictionaries have a key and a value, right? So basically the key is a unique value, and it points, each key points to some value, so basically it has two parameters. So for example, let's say we are going to for each user or for each user ID, we are going to store the name of that user, for example, right? We can store the object, we can store a list, whatever we want to store, right? So basically we can do var, let's say for example dictionary equals, and then basically we need to indicate, let's say for example the type of the key. Let's say for example it's of type, okay, the type of the key is a string and it's pointing also to a string, okay, equals, and then you can do something like this, you can declare something like this, and then now it knows this is an empty you can declare it like this. Or what we could do is we can go in like this and then define our string. So for example, you can have, for example, this is the user ID, let's say this is a student ID, for example 80000, and the name of the student is Bob, all right, comma, and then you have 8000111, and then the name of the student is Alice, right? So here we are, save, and here we go. So basically that's a dictionary of users. So basically if you go here, you can look at it and it shows you the dictionary. If you look, it shows you key, value, key and value, right? So basically this is it, here it is. Now what if you want to get, you can ask the dictionary. The beautiful thing about the dictionary is that you could ask it if it contains something. So you could say if let's say for example we could say let name equals dictionary, okay, of, and then you tell me I want the name of the person who their name, their value, this is the key. You provide the key and it gives you a value, and then you could say print name. Now when I run this, you'll see that name will be printed as Bob. Now it's going to come back as optional because the value that comes back from the dictionary could either be present or not present, right? So if it's not present, then it will come back as nil, right? So basically what if we want somebody which their ID, let me close this and make this disappear. Let's run this again. I don't want the dictionary to appear, but anyway, okay, all right, here we are. Now what if we want somebody who their ID is this? So when you run this, you'll see that it will come back as nil. See here, nil. Nil means doesn't exist. It's not in the dictionary. Why? Because this key doesn't exist in the dictionary. The dictionary only has these two keys, right? So now what usually we do is to check to see if something is present in the dictionary is just to get it from the dictionary and see if it's equal to nil or no. If name is equal to nil, this means that else, and so on. So basically if it's not equal to nil, you will just print not present, right? Not contained in dictionary, right? Otherwise we can print name, and then we can unwrap it, because when it's coming as an optional, we can unwrap it. So now let's run this, okay, here it is, and it says not contained in dictionary, right? You run it again, it says not contained in dictionary. Otherwise we could just if it's a key that we have, let's make it Alice's key, and run this again, it's going to print the name. Make sense? So dictionary has a key and a value, right? And basically it's very straightforward. If you want to display or ask the dictionary, do you contain that key? If it does contain the key, it returns to you that value. If not, it will return a nil. All right, perfect. Now what if I want to print the dictionary? So basically if you scroll down a little bit, modifying the dictionary, accessing the dictionary, what if you want to loop over, iterating over a dictionary? Here it is. This is how you iterate over a dictionary, and it basically it uses a tuple, you know. So basically what I could do is I could do something like this. I know it's a little bit new, but it's very simple also. For key value in names or dictionary, right? And then basically print, you can do something like this. I want to print the key, so here is the key plus, and then here we are, value, something like that. So basically you can iterate over it like this. Let's run this, and here we are. It says that this is the key and this is the value, right? And this is how you iterate over it. Also, the dictionary has, if you look here, dictionary.contains, you can tell it contains, or you can also use, there are other, is empty. You can also get the keys, which is returns back a set keys. See, it returns back a set of keys that you can loop over. So basically what you could do is you can, if you only want to loop over the keys, you could say for keys in dictionary dot keys, right? And then print keys, something like that. You can do something like that, run this, and it's only going to print the keys. Here are the keys, right? So yeah, it's very straightforward, you know. And as you have the keys, you can also print, you can also do something like this. You can do this plus colon, and then you can do something like dictionary of keys, of key. Sorry, this is a key, right? Key in keys, right? Here is key, something like that. Now when you run this, I'm able to access, now it needs to be unwrapped. I can safely unwrap it because I know that this key exists. So when I say dictionary key, it's going to come back with the value, right? So here it is. So you see I'm able to do the same thing here, which is what's being printed here. All right. So now you know how to use this, right? It's very simple. Also, can you change a value inside a dictionary? Yes, this is it uses var, so it's mutable. So I can do something like this. What if I go in here and I say, for example, dictionary of, let's say, of this value, of this key equals. Now it's not Bob anymore. I want it to be Tom, right? I can do something like that. So let me remove all of this, right? Now when you, and I'll remove this also, so that, and then I want to print the dictionary, so I'm going to run this. You will see now that at this key, now it's Tom. You can overwrite it. I think also to delete it, you set it to nil. I think if you set it to nil, so dictionary dot remove at, and you give it an index or remove value for key, and you give it, for example, I want to remove the value for this key. All right, here it is. And let's run this. Now what's going to happen is that it's going to remove it. You see that key doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so you get an idea of how to use the dictionary, and we'll give you some assignments to use the dictionary, but the dictionary provides a key and value, right? So basically the key is unique and the value can be whatever. Here in this case, it was just a string, can be a list of items and so on. All right, so please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.